What is going on? My name is Mark, I'm a photographer, and this is my editing challenge. So, a while back, I had this crazy idea, because, no matter where you go, everyone sees the world differently. From taking the photo of different angles of the same object, to taking an edit and making it moody, bright, airy, all these different kind of styles. And so I thought of the concept of, what if I uploaded one of my unedited RAW or JPEG photos, depending on how you edit, and just let people edit and see what they come up with, and just see the different styles, the different takes. And that's what we're here to do today. So this is going to be a weekly challenge. So every week on Monday, EST around noon, I'm gonna upload one of my RAW photos to my Google Drive link. And in that link will be a RAW and a JPEG. So if you edit in Lightroom, you can use the RAW, or if you edit on just a mobile app on your phone, you can edit the JPEG. So anyone can really enter, whether you're a professional, an amateur, or have never done this before. I love to see what people try to do. So this one's gonna be an interesting week. This one's gonna be week 1 and week 2. Just because I didn't have a microphone last week, so to shoot, I let someone borrow it and I just got it back. So this video is going to be week 1 and week 2. But in the future, it's gonna be a weekly basis, hopefully, unless we don't get that many submissions. I don't know, I'm still figuring this out, so bear with me here. To enter the editing challenge, all you have to do is email me below. I don't want my raw images just out there, so I'm not posting the Google Drive link for anyone to see and download. But if you email me at the Gmail link below, I will gladly email it to you, just so I kind of have a track of who has it. And then you email me back your edit, just so it's all there. So yeah, anyone can enter. I don't have to know you. You can live anywhere. The deadline for every week is going to be, like I said, it's going to start Monday noon EST. It's going to end Thursday at midnight EST. So end of Thursday night is when the edits are due. This way I have the weekend to go through them all, make this video, and then Monday I will upload a new video with hopefully the new image. Well, yes, with the new image for the next week. And like I said, it's gonna be RAW and JPEG, so whatever you want to do, you can do it. And I'll also give a little backstory to the photo in this video. So it's gonna be interesting because you're gonna get the photo. I'm not gonna say the backstory. I'm gonna say the backstory in the photo video of the week prior. Yeah. I probably did a weird face zoom on myself, didn't I? Okay. So week one is this cool shot I got of a monorail in Disney World in Epcot. So this shot was interesting because when I went with Brianna and Ryan, we went down to Disney and Epcot, I made them wait so many times for the monorail. I'm like, wait guys, the monorail's gonna come. And I had all these different locations I was waiting for to get this monorail shot. So I was like, you know what? One more, no, one more, guys, this is the last one. Biggest lie photographer ever tell you. Just one more shot. So I'm sitting there and I keep waiting and I keep seeing a new spot. So finally this one spot, I see the shot and I'm like, I love this. This is cool. You have the reflection in the water, so you get the monorail coming across with the reflection. You have the Epcot ball in the background. I loved it and I had to wait. The monorails don't come frequently. Maybe like 15 to 20 minutes they come around. So it's like not impossible, but like sometimes you're just waiting a long day. And obviously they're not photographers, so they didn't want to wait. So I do apologize for that. But so it was really cool. So we did the episode. I waited. I got multiple different angles. So I'll put them on the screen now of all the different other spots I got, because I haven't posted those yet. But so this one shot I waited and I got it. And it was funny, another backstory is there was a bunch of like ducks that were like swimming around and like fighting over food in the water. So I would be like, so the water would be super calm and then all of a sudden a gust of wind would blow. And I was like, okay, monorail, don't come now. Or the ducks were swimming around and like ruffling the water. I'm like, no, I need this water to be calm, because if this monorail comes and the water's not calm, I'm not gonna get my reflection. So yeah, there was a lot going into this photo. So I'm gonna put the photo, I'm gonna put the raw photo right now on the screen with the details for the photo. With my ISO at, my f-stop and all that stuff, just so you can kind of see what the photo looked like raw. So now we're going to go through all of the edits that people did. We're going to go in number order. My edit will be in here as well, but I'm not going to put mine first because that's just rude. I'm going to use my iPad to look at them. So the first photo we have here, and just don't mind me, I'm going to be looking at the iPad talking about the photo, is a edit by my friend Brian. So Brian did this awesome edit, and I love this edit because it's nice and simple. You know, up the saturation a little bit, and the best thing about this was shot around sunset, and a lot of times in photos, like if it's just like around sunset, there's like those orange tints that are hidden in the photo that like you really don't really show too well in the raw. So with Brian's, I love it because, you know, it really does emphasize the sunset a little bit more, like especially in the reflection of the monorail. Like you can see like the oranges really pop for like the sunset, which is really nice, or I guess they're kind of more a little bit yellowish here, but it's a very natural looking edit. Definitely a nice shot. This is a photo, if I saw this scrolling through, I would like it. So I definitely think this is a very simple but very elegant and very nice edit. So good job, Brian. Next we have Brianna. There's the before and after. So Brianna's, my favorite thing about Brianna's is she actually got rid of the people in the photo. Like, that's awesome. Like, she went in and got rid of a bunch of the people that are like walking around, and obviously it's a theme park, like I can't stop telling people not to walk there. She got rid of the people. I thought that was awesome. One thing I'll notice is she's a big fan of blues and purples, so she upped the blues and purples a lot, so it really does, it's a nice looking sky right now. So I think this is a really cool edit. It's a really different style, so the blues and purples really do make this pop a lot, so I like it. Next we have Dom's. Dom is also a photographer, so as you can probably tell by the edit, so Dom went for a very moody look on this photo, and I like it. It's a really cool a take on it. So the orange is really popping. This is like one thing I'm noticing. It's like, because the monorail has the orange tint around it, so the oranges are really popping really nicely, which I really do like. My only complaint with this one is just the reflections kind of lost. I mean, he darkened it a lot too, so if that's like, you know, if he's not going for that, that's totally fine. But me personally, I like the reflection. But you know, because he cropped it, as you can see, and the cropping did a really good job to make the monorail really like the focus of the image, which really does bring attention to it. So, and like if you're not focusing on the reflection, like this is phenomenal. But I think my biggest issue is just the cropping with the reflection. That's just me personally. But other than that, like the sky looks awesome, the oranges look really cool, the tints look great. So I think he did a fantastic job making this moody. Like if you're looking for a moody edit of this is phenomenal. Good job, Dom. Next we have Jason's. Jason did a phenomenal job on this one, honestly. Like, I had no idea Jason had any photo experience, or I don't know if he even does. He just, you know, reached out and said, hey, I'll enter, and this is awesome. Like, I love the adding of the sun glare. Like, that was a really nice touch, especially right in front of the monorail. I thought that was a really good concept to add that. Like, it really does bring a lot of life to the photo, and he did a really good job getting rid of the people. Like, I'm scrolling through this right now, and like zoomed in, and like I couldn't even tell you there were people there. So that's awesome. That's a really good job. And the colors look nice. Like, this is a really slick edit. So good job, Jason. This one's awesome. Next we have my edit. So this one was my edit, so it's kind of like, I don't want to really like talk about the good things of my edit. It's a little weird, but you can just see what I was going for. I was going for a really colorful and kind of like I kind of wanted like the vignette to be really moody, but have like the colors of the sunset really vibrant, and really have like the detail of the monorail like kind of shine through. So like I did a lot of masking onto the actual reflection to kind of make the reflection pop a little bit more, so that you can really see the reflection, see the colors in the rocks. I found that very important when I was editing this. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of my edit, of course, but yeah, this one's my personal edit of this photo. So yeah, hope you like it. Next we have Nick's. So Nick, I've always known Nick loves the fade bar. So Nick, if you're watching this, I know you love the fade bar. So this is a really cool edit. Like I think this is a lot different. It's a very kind of like a more like dramatic, like Dom was doing, like a little darker look, and kind of like lowered the saturation a bit. So like there's no hint of that sunset, which is kind of interesting. But at the same time, like everyone does it differently. That's the whole point of this editing challenge. Is some people want the color, some people don't want the color. But I do think this makes that really, the edit he was going for, that really hits. So it's really cool to see the idea that like you lower the saturation. Like the blues are really popping in this one. So like since there's no orange to kind of like, I guess like contrast with it, like the blues really pop in this, so I really do enjoy that. So this is a really cool edit. You know, I'm never a fan of grain, and but you know, like again, personal choice. That's the whole point of this challenge. Is just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's right to not like it. But yeah, so you can kind of see. So Nick added some grain. He added, you know, like I said, but you know, added the fade up a lot. But I do think this is a really nice edit. Like this does look really cool. Good job, Nick. Next we have Sam. So Sam did a really cool edit on this one. This one's like a really like over the top, like this looks nothing like the original kind of thing. I liked a little bit of a filter he put on it. I know I hate using the word filter for photography, but like, you know, with that little effect with like the paper, the burnt edges of the paper on the side, like I think that's a really cool style to it. And you know, the grain really does work with that. Like again, I just said I don't really like grain that much, but the grain in this idea really hits like in a really cool way. And I like the little kind of like pinkish tint he did to it. I feel like that really does complement the photo. So I really do like this style. It's a very different edit. Like this might be the most dramatic change we've had so far, but this is a really cool concept. I really do like this. So this is cool. Good job, Sam. Next we have Sarah. So Sarah actually is another photographer, and she did 2 edits. So that was the first one. Here's the second one. So let's talk about both edits. So we'll go with the first one first. So this one's like a really dark and moody one. So it's a really cool concept. You know, I personally like the dark and moody look, so I feel like this is really cool. Like, you know, the colors don't really pop, but like it really does like still give a lot of character to the photo, which I thought was really cool. And then the other one, I really like the blues. It's an interesting tint of blue. Like it's more of like an aqua hue, so like I really do think that looks really cool in the reflection. So I do think both these edits are really slick. So very good job, Sarah. These are cool. And the final photo for week 1 is Victoria, and here's her edit. So this is really cool because Victoria's edit, it ups the saturation a lot. You can kind of see the detail. Like my favorite thing is like if you zoom in on the ball, with the Epcot ball, like there's a lot of color there, and I think that it looks really cool. So this is really nice because there's like a lot of color in the reflection, which I think is really cool. You know, everything about it, like the colors just really pop. And if you're looking at this, like the colors pop, and that's always nice because the color popping a lot of times does really draw attention to the photo. So this is a really cool edit. Good job. So week 2, I have this photo right here. So this photo is a cool spot I took in Oregon. This photo is it's a location I haven't posted any photos from yet. Actually, I took this back in October. It's now February. I haven't posted anything from it, mostly because I don't really like how the shadows came out. You know, the sun was rising. We went there very early in the morning because we had a lot to do that day. So we went there before the sun came up, and the sun was rising from behind us. So so the sun was kind of like casting a major shadow on, you know, onto the rocks. And unfortunately, it wasn't that easy. And we didn't want to wait another like hour or two for the sun to come up because we had places to be. So I took these photos still, and I just didn't do anything with them because of the shadow. So I thought this was the perfect time to work on this photo, challenge myself to do it and see what other people come up with. So this photo's cool. I do like it. You know, things to note is there are a bunch of hikers that came into the shot. You know, obviously I can't tell them not to hike because I'm taking a photo. It was very early in the morning, so luckily the path was not crowded like I've heard it is. So I was able to get the pretty clear shot, but you know, obviously I can't do anything about those hikers, but I can do something in Lightroom about them. But so we're gonna go now opposite alphabetical order. One thing I do want to state is, you know, obviously it's been 2 weeks since I've done this, so if I miss any photos, like if you email me and I don't see it by any chance, you know, maybe you email it to me and it goes into the junk on accident and I don't see your entry, please let me know, remind me, message me somewhere else, let me know, and I can start every other week with, you know, any ones that we missed. You know, I won't accept late entries just because, you know, it's whole point of this is to do it in a certain time frame. But like if you email me on like a Wednesday, I just didn't see it, didn't make the video, I will gladly put it at the front of the next video just because I missed it, because you know, with all these different social media, sometimes notifications get lost. So I do apologize. And I'm saying that because like I'm like pretty sure Sam entered week 2, but I can't find the email. Like, I just double checked, I can't find the email from him saying with the photo, so maybe I just thought he did it, but he didn't. But week 2 we didn't have as many entries just because there wasn't as much promotion, and you know, obviously the promotion was supposed to be like, you know, week 1 I put all the stuff up that promotes it more. So yeah, so here we go with week 2. So week 2 we're gonna start week 2 with Nick's, and here's Nick's edit. So Nick's edit's really cool. You know, he really went to ride the reds on this one, and I really like the hue he went with the reds to kind of really cast like a really cool little look on it. You know, because like these because the mountains are really pretty orange when you were shooting, especially with the sun hitting them, and they're pretty orange to begin with. So the red hue he went with to kind of like go across the full image, like I do think that really hits a lot, and it pops really well with the blue. So good job, Nick. I really like this one. Next we have my edit. So this right here is obviously my personal edit. This one I spent a lot of time on. This one I did a lot of masking in this one. So the idea was that like I really wanted to get rid of that shadows I was talking about that I dislike so much. So I kind of went in and I kind of like masked out all the shadows, and I tried to up the shadows in Lightroom and like lower the highlights a little bit to kind of make it match so it didn't look like it had that giant shadow cast. And to some people that shadow might look really cool. To me personally, I wanted even lighting. So I did my best to kind of like to just get rid of that area right there, to kind of get rid of that shadow. I really wanted to kind of make the mountains pop still, but not have them like oversaturated. So I lowered certain spots where the sun was really hitting to lower the saturation there a little bit. I did get rid of the hikers in the corner. No offense to you hikers, if you guys are in the photo, you're watching this, I do apologize, but like sometimes you just gotta Thanos snap and get you guys out of those photos, because we like clean photos, honestly. And then the sky, I really liked adding a little bit of like a purpley tint to the sky because of the sunrise and the blues to make it pop. So I really wanted to make this one like a little colorful, even lighting, and just make it pop all around. That was what I was going for. Next, we have Jason, and here's Jason's edit. So Jason went with a really saturated look, which I do like. You know, he kind of went with the yellows for the mountains, which look really cool here. You know, this is a very slick and nice edit. You know, I like the sky in this one, it pops well. You know, this is a very basic, but good edit, so good job, Jason. I don't got too much to say here, but I do like it, so good job. Next, we have Dom's. Here's Dom's edit. You know, Dom, again, being a photographer. So this one's a really moody look, and I love this edit. I think the style is really slick. It looks cool, the mountains pop really well. So yeah, this is a really cool edit. You know, very detailed look. The sky looks awesome. Like, I love the dark sky. I'm very much a fan of that in this one. You know, this is really cool. And that's like my favorite thing about this is like me and Dom shoot a lot together, and it's really cool because like we can shoot the same exact thing but have different perspectives and different edits. Like, so we can go to the same exact location, same exact lighting, have two completely different photos, which I think is really cool, and some of the things that really get me thinking about this kind of stuff. So this is really cool just to see like the difference in our styles when it comes to that. So very good job, Dom. This is very cool. Next we have Brianna. Here's Brianna's edit. So Brianna's edit is really cool. I like the blues. Like, again, she loves blues, so I think the blues really pop in this one. Another thing I noticed, she got rid of the hikers. That's awesome. Good job, Brianna. That's really cool. So the hikers are gone. Yeah, other than that, the colors really pop in this one. You know, the mountains don't like over pop when it comes to color, which I think is really nice. But yeah, this is a very slick edit, and good job, Brianna. And last for this video, we have Brian. Now, Brian did a really cool job with this one. You know, he really upped the saturation, which a lot of people do. Like I said, a lot of people love color. It looked like he upped the saturation on this to really make those oranges pop, and like it really looks nice, especially with the sunrise colors. Like, I think he did a really good job here. This is a really cool edit, and I definitely am a fan of this one. Not too much to say, but I like it. I liked all of them so far, which is the best part, because now to close this out for the editing challenge, this is art. There is no, you know, there's no judge. You know, obviously people can judge art, but there's no like right or wrong way in my opinion. So just because like I think something's the best, you might think something else is the best. I'm 95% sure if we all made our own personal like, you know, placing these all edits in order, we would all have different lists, which I think is great. That's why I'm not going to do that. This is a edit challenge, not a competition. There is no winner, there is no loser, and I have nothing but nice things to say because that's the point of this. And just because I personally might not like something doesn't mean it's wrong. Remember that. This editing challenge has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much every person who entered the challenge, and we're gonna keep going. So if you want to enter the editing challenge, please click the link down below. If you found this video too late, I mean, we're gonna hopefully be going for a while, but just email me anyway. Because I'm going to be uploading a Google Drive link, and the best part is once you have the Google Drive link, I'm going to keep updating it every week. So now, here's the reveal for next week's image. Me personally, while I'm shooting this, I do not know what next week's image is. When I'm editing it, I'm going to find out. So drum roll please. This is going to be this week's editing image. So basically, to edit this image, email me, or if you already have the link, great. And you have until Thursday EST to edit the image, submit it, and then next week, hopefully on Monday, I'll be uploading a new video talking about all the edits done. So thank you so much every person who entered. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm sure you've watched YouTube enough to know how this all works. But guys, thank you so much. I've been Mark. Follow me on Instagram at FroManMark, and have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one.